appreciate everybody taking time out of your day to learn about Express with Amazon. We couldn't be more excited by the announcement. I'm Mark Hale. I'm the founder and president of FacePay, and with me I have Matthew Greco. Like to introduce yourself.
Yeah, so I work on managing the accounts and customer success. So everybody who's on this webinar, if you currently work with us, I'm the one who you're always speaking to on the phone, is helping you and your customers. And if you're looking to join us, I would be the one onboarding you, training your team, and making sure it's a success.
That's awesome. I love working with you, Matthew. And as we get started, first of all, I'd like to acknowledge ATI. Phenomenal coaching firm, and for us being a partner there, I enjoy working with everyone. So just thank you to ATI, and for you all, the members and our customers. And Matthew, thanks for joining us. Everyone, we'd like to announce our Amazon integration with our Express platform. And if you know me, I'm a little more technical, right? I coded it, and I'd like you to leave today understanding exactly what it does, how it integrates into your shop, and how you can use it for your customers to separate yourselves from the shop up the street. We're super excited, and thank you for the next 30 minutes to share that with you. So with that, we did announce at Showcase last week. I'm going to go ahead and share my slides. If Matthew can let me do that.
Yes, of course. I should be able to now.
All set. So thank you. Last week at the ATI Partners Showcase in Baltimore, we were very fortunate that JR from JR's Auto Care on stage to talk about their experience with Express and what they learned. But I very much appreciate a customer making the announcement for us. That's why we do that on behalf of all the shops to help you run your processes better. So today I'd like to share with you what JR announced and how it integrates. And we'll have some levels at Express because Amazon will layer into that, because it's not just about providing incentives, but it's at the right place and time to be able to grow your shop. So big thank you to JR for announcing last week. I would like to share, and just as a frame of reference for everybody, how big this is and what a game changer it is. I'd like to rewind. If you don't know me as a founder of FacePay, I'm the original CTO that wrote Demand Force. And if you're familiar with reviews, we go to all your sites. You have reviews on them. Many use Kakui, who is another diamond partner of ATI, just to come a long way. A CTO Demand Force, we sent out the first Google review in 2007. Keep in mind, that's when the first iPhone came out in 2007, is before texting. Shops were just collecting emails. Look how far you've come and what a difference it was. And our claim to fame back then is because of the exclusive with Google is shops that work with Demand Force would be #1 on Google in their search in their area. Phenomenal. And we're going to revisit that. After Demand Force, I became CTO of a QuickBooks division where we learned all the financing and back end semantics. And I learned that all the fees that you pay cut into your profits. No one liked it. How do we quantify? And as the genesis of FacePay, we learned from you and we expanded the platform, and we call it Express, something that makes a difference for your shops. And the next big announcement right now is exclusive with Amazon that we can drive into your business that takes minutes to set up and is included with your plan already at favorable pricing from ATI. And I'll share that with you. So I just wanted to level set for everyone how big this is and how simple it is to get started as we go through it. We do want to make sure everybody knows us as FacePay. You've heard us for years, and as a founder and president, it's hard. You've all been in business a long time. So have we, trying to work for shops. And what I heard from shops, very clear, and 2 weeks ago, it was interesting. Steve down in Texas, an ATI auto shop, said that the name FacePay is creepy. The picture that came to my mind is Game of Thrones, the Hall of Faces, and now you can see it, right? And FacePay is intended to be faces the relationship with you and your customer. We never intended it for be creepy, but we did listen and learn. And we launched our platform called Express with expanded functionality to attract, retain, and new profit. Right, many half of the audience today is existing customers already sending out texts and emails, your workflow, we're going to visit. Now we're going to layer Amazon incentives on top. But our platform has things like referrals, subscription, customer financing seems to be a hot topic to grow ARO. We actually include shop direct and consumer financing directly in our product, and then share is somewhere going to touch on. So again, Express platform is no longer creepy. We're driving business for you to your customers. And we're going to talk about Amazon, the incentive portion of it as a way to grow and retain your customer base. The way I like to think about it is this, to really grow your business, is we got started under FacePay, brought it into Express as a way from your fee savings to direct all that to profit lift. And that's what you work with your ATI coach on, is growing revenue, decreasing expenses. And we can do something about it by all the fees you're saving. Now, when you save them, what you now have a choice is, and I think of a dial, how do you direct your business? How do you want to grow your shop? We have Tatsu from Tokyo Automotive that takes his profit lift and then growth. He expanded shops while being a Express customer. Can be more excited how customers use it to grow their shops. What you've heard of me talk about on stage at Super Conference is shops that use their newly found profit lift to reward their teams. And Matthew, you remember being Super Conference, all the shops that came up said they're using this to provide health care to their employees, right? And for us in our company, we do it every day, and it's rewarding to see the difference you make in shops. I'm going to jump over customers. We're going to spend all of our time on that to just talk about charity. Is imagine all the money you save to be able to apply it to the charities. We have our own that we sponsor. And then the one I really like is Jimmy Turner, that does a single Mother's Day in December for free oil changes. He takes and applies those funds to that. So good job on you, Jimmy, and everyone that sponsors charity, and you can use the money. What's interesting, go back to, is now we're going to dial in your profit lift and the fee savings. That newfound lift, the money that you have that you've been paying out to either credit card fees or their kickbacks to the management system, you keep that. You worked hard for it. Now let's reward your team, grow your shop, charity. Now let's talk about customers, specifically incentives you can offer them. Now, as we get going, right, I realize that inherently we have built-in skepticism because Express is new. It takes minutes to set up, but the leap of faith is, go ahead and try it. You're going to see you have no reason not to. I always get this question is, do people use it? Is it applicable to these big tickets? And the answer is, and generally, they hold more than 7 times the amount of money needed for the payment in their accounts. But here you can see a shop that does 70,000 a month, and they just pulled 2 weeks off. Just show you some big tickets that get run through, right? And Matthew, you could attest, you see this all the time in our customer shops, right?
Yeah, we see the big tickets pretty frequently, especially with a lot of those loyal customers that shops are retaining and routinely come back in to get repair work done.
And they retain them because you made it easy. They do want to pay this way because they get the convenience in your shop, right? So, and there you go. There's big tickets, and we hope for you all to follow the process we're going to go through. That both is workflow driven. I'll cover that Express, and then we're going to layer on Amazon as the big thing to drive results. And we'll go from there, but just help you set your mind at ease. It's in use at shops, just 2-week snapshots, and just the big tickets. There's hundreds of tickets processed in a shop, right? But then there's a big dollar amount, so there's no reason to have any uncertainty or skepticism, because what you need to do is try it, and I'll show you exactly how it works. I'm more technical, and I hope you to leave the next few slides with a thorough understanding. I'd like to reset because the mantra we like to use You remember my history, demand force, Google reviews. I couldn't be happier going from no reviews in 2007 to all the way, and congratulations, when I go Google auto repair and you do in your area, everyone comes up with 4.5, 5-star reviews. You should be doing that. That's quality of service that your customers are attesting to. Wonderful. What we need to do now is now separate your shop from the one up the street, because you notice some things wrong now. Customers get home end of day, they're looking for a shop. What happens? They don't know how to pick. The reviews are the same. You're all closed, right? I want to know to shop this 24/7 expedited pickup after hours options, right? The next thing is you've all been in business for many years, which works to your favor for quality of service. But what you need to do is make sure you provide a modern customer experience. And that's something that we learned along the way about Express. And I'm going to turn to Matthews. I know you did a study of customers, right? And how many wanted a pickup outside of business hours. You want to share some of those study results?
Yeah, so we found in large part customers really want to be able to have the convenience of picking up their vehicle after hours. You know, people are kind of returning back to the office now in large part and working. They have very busy days, and being able to fit in getting to the shop during hours is oftentimes very difficult. So it is a leader that a customer, if they see a shop, will provide that after hours convenience, especially ones that have drop boxes that the customer can use a code for. That's it's a game changer, because it then allows them on their own time to go in and get that vehicle, rather than being inconvenienced to only doing it, between 8 to 5 when the business is open.
8 to 5, and if they come in during the hours, you certainly want to get it and go and focus on the service recommendations so you understand. But people are taking a break out of the day to get into the shop. Right?
Precisely. And that's the type of experience that a customer has that one time, and then they will return to that shop again, because they know, oh yeah, if I drop off the vehicle, they can do the work during the day, and then in the evening on my own time, I can go pick it up.
It's about quality of service, and then this convenience to come into your shop, right? To be able to get their vehicles. I like your analogy here before I move on. If anyone uses Open Table, is we go and look for the restaurants that we want, but in general, we're meeting a group of friends, or we'd like to have dinner Friday night, right? So they may have good reviews, but they don't have any times available for you, right? What do? You pick the next one, right? So you wanted that certainly, and that highlights just how important convenience is. What I want to do, and I'll jump ahead, same way I share with you workflow. That's how we achieve results. But I always get a question, is just technically, how does Express work? And I'd like just knock that out, because what we're going to do is layer Amazon very modern onto something else equally as modern. There's just a big shift, and this isn't your cash paying customers, it's your credit card customers. 95% of them pay a credit cards, right? What's interesting is more than half of those credit card users online are already shopping for better checkout experience with one click, and they use PayPal or Venmo, Zelle, Cash App, right? And I'd like, Matthew, if you could, can you do a poll of our customers? Yeah. And in this poll, we just want to ask you personally, if you or a family member uses PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, or Cash App, right? And do you also order from Amazon? That'll come up later in the in this Zoom call, right? So let's talk about modernizing your shop. So first question I have for you is not for your shop, but for you personally as a family member using one of the modern applications. And the answer to that is ubiquity, yes. And we'll come back to the results shortly. The reason why I'm bringing it up is all the modern applications I just talked about, and then including other things like QuickBooks that are used by your businesses for accounting, all use a common platform called Plaid, right? So if you use PayPal or Venmo or family has, you've already used Plaid as the only way to move money in and out of the platform, right? You're already using it. So you shouldn't be afraid about bringing something like Express into your shop, because your customers are already using the same familiar tech. And I'm going to show you that to you in a demo later in this slide. So Matthew, I don't know if you results, but how many use PayPal and Venmo in the vote?
Yeah, so out of everybody that answered, 100% buy from Amazon,
Mhm.
and 75% use PayPal and Venmo, which makes sense because it's owned by the same company, and 38% use Cash App, and 25% use Zelle. So everybody uses at least one of those, and it's clear that in large part everybody uses multiple of them.
That's what we find over and over again, right? So for everybody on the call, just think it's something you're already using personally that your customers will use with your shop. Now, one of the things I learned at Demandforce when we did reviews is it's just not about collecting a review. It's part of a process. You scheduled online, confirmed online, got a post reminder, and then a post visit for review. That's what made it work. And what we learned in the genesis of Express is let's stay in workflow because our goal is to drive results for your shop, and we know workflow works best. We're going to layer Amazon on top of this. So it's important to understand you're not just giving out points to customers, right? It's part of a process rewarding them on top of the convenience. That's how you get the real results. So very quickly, the first thing I like to do is highlight in workflow from a vehicle drop off at check-in to point of sale, and think of it as your service counter with that credit card machine on it. And I always love Todd Westerone. He goes, that machine's just nasty, right? Well, it's been sitting there 40 years. It's the old way, right? But I'd like to emphasize is keep your counter there, keep your processor, keep your workflow management system. So if you have Shopware, Techmetrics, Mitchell, RO Writer, Mechanic Advisor, Autoflow, Auto Vitals, you can go on through them all, right? If you're in collision FCCC, keep all that in place. We work with it. Why? Just a link that you put in your existing email and text I'll cover. But the first thing I emphasize, keep what you have. We're going to put a process, Express, and Amazon on top of what you have. You don't replace and it'll integrate within minutes, right? Matthew, how long is a typical setup for a customer?
Yeah, nowadays, because we've really, streamlined this process and focused it around the customer experience, it takes customers 20 to 30 seconds to be able to create that account. And then that's a one time only. So that means for every future visit, they don't have to go ahead and create the account. They don't have to enter their card numbers, take that out, say it over the phone. They just do that one time quick account setup, and then they're connected to you. So for every future visit, it's really easy. You just send them a text to pay or check them out, and they pay in a click of a button.
Awesome, right? So set up within minutes. And then the service advisors, the benefit is you keep using the systems that you have. Right up in the upper right of the slide is a screenshot from Jordan at Ryan's Automotive that uses Techmetrics, right? And the way we would work through a workflow is to think about this way is that check-in, what all of you currently do is say, we're happy to look at your vehicle. Later today, I'll send you an estimate for approval. And you can see in the upper right an authorization and Techmetrics for approval of an estimate, right, for work to get started. Customers like that, they're involved. Again, it works with all systems, Autoflow, Auto Vitals, Auto Writer, Mitchell, Bolt On, and go on from there, right? So at check-in, what we do is when you send the estimates, you let the customer know that later today, they'll get a text or an email from your system, right, inviting them to add express options, make it more convenient so they can think about can they get their vehicles after hour or they can get it and go. Customers like this. You're adding on convenience with tools you already have. So that's a check-in. That's where Express starts. To complete it after customers sign up, when the vehicle is ready, your service advisor contact their customers, say your vehicle is ready, it came in just under the estimate, the example, $956. You go ahead and accept payment and tender it in your management system. A lot of people like to say, oh, it's not integrated. Well, we already have tenders inside a management system for years. We just forgot it, right? You accept cash, check, fleet cards, in addition to credit cards. So you just go ahead and tender in your management system. And you can do checkout for the customers there, and service advisors like it because they save time. In this webinar, I'm just highlighting basic what Express does, which is integrate into your workflow. I'll get a question about how does the customer experience look like? And it's literally enter in its passwordless, just like PayPal and Venmo use the same bank without a connection. And I'll go ahead and play a video to let you see it in actual customer experience looks like. This will be the first time we start to see Amazon, that it's being presented to the customer as an added modernization of the app or something they like. So here's we started out with the text being sent from your management system. The customer clicks the link with nothing to install. It'll open up inside of their browser, and you see here Amazon was introduced, a passwordless login like all apps use for security on their phone. And they go ahead and add the expedited pickup options, right? And now you can see that. They have their name and email, just so we know who they are. So when we connect to your shop, you'll see that. I'm gonna go ahead and pause here, and there's the instant verification, which is the same one behind PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, Cash App that you would have added to move cash in and out of the system. And for the recent poll, we saw that everybody uses that, right? One of those apps. So it's literally the same thing for your shop. And if you don't remember and you pick instant verification, we use that same service called Plaid. And then we connect that to your institution. This example is pulling up Fidelity, which will allow either sign in, or if you're already authenticated on your mobile device, it'll connect to it. So sign-ups that easy. And Matthew, as you train service advisors, what do they think about that?
Yeah, they think it, is a very seamless experience, and it is great because it helps free up time for them. They just simply present it to their customers and say they received the text, then it goes out through the workflow, and then the customer on their own time, after they drop off their vehicle, can go ahead and connect. So then when it comes time to take payment, the service team can then just send them a text to pay or check them out on the spot. And then, in the evening and afternoon, when they're really trying to close out those tickets, figure out how people are going to pay, how they're going to get their keys, then this just kind of expedites the whole process for them and makes it really easy. And then their customers really like it too, because it's kind of a delighter for them.
This is the true way to delight customers, right? I remember that pitch a year ago at the showcase. Stop trying to delight your customers, right? We do it all wrong. Your customers are focused on getting easier to pick up, right? You don't need all the extra stuff on it. Now we went back to basics, what they really want. That's the true customer delight. What I'll share is later in this presentation, you'll all have a chance with the scan code to go through this process and redeem your own Amazon gift card. So without further ado, let's take Express, the workflow. Now that we just saw sign up and add in Amazon is the way to incentivize and drive results and grow from your customer base by giving them some really want. This is what's going to separate your shop from the one up the street. They're going to leave knowing it's easy to pick up their vehicle. And the shop's progressive. It does things with, like I see online, one checkout rewards in Amazon automatically deposited, right? That's what I want to see. Matthew's awesome Gen Z. And what we did was we went and we pulled the actual shop customers. We didn't pull in generic results saying this thing's just great. We went out and talked to actual shop customers about what they would like to see for an integration. They wanted instant and 4-to-1. They prefer direct deposit of Amazon points so they can use it for their shopping, right, from you. 4-to-1. That's pretty substantial, right? And this is interview, it's actual customers from ATI member shops. over the course of several weeks, pulling hundreds of them. What's interesting about Amazon is more than 80% of adults have Prime. They bought Amazon Prime for shipping, and they stay incredibly loyal, right? We know there's Walmart, Target, and other sites, but once you're in Amazon, you shop from Amazon. So there's no better assignment than the customers that you provided them something usable and modern from your shop. That's why we're doing it, is your customers want it. And Express, we highlight the convenience. So remember earlier, right? We'll save all the fees, right? So there's no extra cost from you. It's in your savings, right? So imagine if I went to you and said you're paying 1.8 for your credit card fee percentage, 1.8%, and a card not present is 2.3, right? We'll give you all of that back for more than half your customers, right? Is what if instead of paying 1.8, we said you're paying half a percent, right? You dial in that, a quarter, a tenth, a half, 1%. You choose the level and rewards you want to your customers for the perception that your shop has for loyalty. So the first thing is you dial in your incentive and you set it. Then we move it into Express options. I'll go back to the workflow on the next slide. It's saying your customers now at check-in see that they have expedited pickup after hours, and that you're including some type of incentive for them to do that, which builds loyalty to your shop. Again, we provide the expedited pickup and an instant redemption for them as you go ahead and accept payment for their services rendered. This is true customer delight. As you can hear from my voice, we're super excited to offer this, and it's a game changer from the shops. What I'd like to do is just go back to workflow. You saw a check-in that we already offered Amazon, that check-in flow. What I'd like to do now is cover when the vehicle is ready. As I mentioned, your service advisor is in touch with the customer. Your vehicle's ready, as you mentioned. We'll have it ready for you on your lunch break before you can get your vehicle and go with our expedited pickup. We see you've added the Express options. We'll go ahead and accept payment so we can have closeout and ready for you. And with that, you receive an incentive from us, and it's automatic. It's sent out, right? As Matthew mentioned, it takes minutes to set up, and it works with the tools you already have, right? Very important. From the customer standpoint, they literally get a text saying that you've accepted the payment, and they could redeem those points. And we'll see an actual demo video in the next slide, right? And what your customers appreciate is that instant deposit, right? So as we go through it, before the customers are coming in, you've accepted payment to offer expedited pickup. Your customer's receiving a text because you let them know you accepted the payment, and they can go ahead and redeem the rewards. And let's see what that looks like for the integration directly inside of the platform with no extra work. There's your Amazon. Your customers get the text. They see the link. I'm going ahead and pause it so they can redeem. They go ahead and see their vehicle service because it's a demo. We're letting you know what happens. The customers don't see the gold box. They just see their service, the amount accepted, and they have points they can instantly redeem in Amazon. It's literally one click in Amazon. When they click that button, you allow it to connect, and it'll instantly deposit to Amazon. And this is a confirmation page that happens. It's that quick and easy for your customers. We interview and we learn from customers. They wanted instant deposit. When we interviewed service advisors, they wanted integrated your systems, right? You set it and forget it, right? That's the way Amazon works, and it's very streamlined. Again, I could be more excited. And I think in the next screen's a money shot. Is one side is from the customer perspective, and what they see inside of Amazon is they see a deposit, right, of those incentives, again, dialed in by your shop, but in the name of your shop, right? This is Auto Hero Repair, is this demo account. But in the case of JR's Automotive, it would say deposit by him. And this differentiates your shop from the one up the street because the customer will see it And when they go to make their purchases, they're able to apply those funds to the purchase and see your name on it. Right. And I call it the money shot because that's what drives your business. And that's why I think it's just as big as back when Demand Force did Google. And I wrote that, not exclusive to offer this with Amazon in your workflow in a setup. So, Matthew, do you have anything to add to that from your interactions with shops so far?
Yeah, shops really love, how it modernizes the whole customer experience, because now we're talking about they can have the expedited pickup options, and then on top of that, they can have instant redemption. And that's really a key point, is instant redemption. When customers, currently pay with credit cards, the points will show up at a later date. They may be used 6 months, a year down the line, potentially. But with this, right then and there, they can get a modern instant redemption for something that they already use in their daily life. And then when they go to use it, they'll see exactly the shop it came from, and they'll know this is a shop they want to continue to do business with in the future.
The reaction's overwhelming, right? What we all want, right? Instant gratification. So when you talk about what separates your shop from the one up the street, this is exactly how Amazon works. And I'll just back up a little bit. Is it directly integrated into your workflow, into your tools in your shop? Service advisors continue to work in their tools. We'll handle the rest and present it to them with just a couple minutes to set up. What I wanted to do I appreciate every shop taking their time today on a call, is for everybody that's on the webinar, you can go ahead and scan the QR code with your phone and you're able to go through redemption, right? And we're more than happy to share with you your own gift card compliments from us here at Express. So just happy you're spending the time on the call. If you have to scan that, I'll take a minute for it. And then I'd like to talk how we bundled it together. We work very hard with ATI, get some favorable pricing for you. So I'll give it one more minute. And if you scan a QR code, you're not actually creating an account, but let you walk through the redemption flow, how easy it is for your customers to redeem. And you can go ahead and accept that for your own purchases on Amazon that 100% of you had said you're already doing. So hope you enjoy that. So I wanted to just finish to talk about how we bundle it in. So the first question we get is, geez, how do you work, right? Is we work by integrating something you're already using behind PayPal and Venmo. It's ubiquitous behind all of your credit cards. They're already doing it. We put it in workflow and customers gravitated to it easy. And then what we do is we bundle it together. We give you the fee savings, and that's our mission. So at ATI, everybody starts on our Grow Plan, $199 a month. Right. So we invite our new customers, take advantage of that. And what we're doing until we offer it at Showcase is Amazon. Right. If you imagine there's an expense to provide this service to you, so you can choose your incentive level. It's part of our scale plan. But we're going to go ahead and bundle it in our Grow Plan. It's already $199 preferred pricing for ATI, including Amazon. I'm happy to say for all existing customers, you're able to upgrade to the Grow Plan, and we'll bundle an Amazon for you, right, as part of that, right? So in this bundle, we have all the workflow and integration in our Start Plan. We include text to pay. We have shop directed consumer financing already part of it and available to you. We guarantee every payments dealing with the chargeback issues we saw last year for $199 a month with Amazon. So we're very excited to offer it to you. And this special is available until the end of the month. So please let us know if that's of interest to you. So in the interest of your time, I really wanted to dial in that, geez, face pay is creepy. We heard it. Express is the platform. It's part of your workflow. Your service advisors continue using the tools that they're already using. The most critical point is that your customers want to know about convenience at check-in. That's when they care about it, and you're going to drive results. Right. So that's what we had today. And we're happy to answer questions that you have. If you'd like to share them with Matthew, we can pick those up. And then anything else, I'm happy to show you a personal demo to you. Right, I see one question, right? So we have in customer finance, so it's shop directed financing, and what you do is they set up their bank payment. And what you do is you offer the analogy I use is just like you're a dentist where you need a new crown. You may say, wow, I'm going to pay part up front and part for the next 3 months. As you set that inside of the product, there's no additional charge. So if you use something like a firm, it's double the credit card rate at 6 to 8%. Right, what we do is we include it in. There's no additional fees. Right, that's our mission, to remove that from you. We call it shop directed financing. So if you have any issues to gift card redemption, let me know. My email is mark@facepay.io, and we can help you with that. So with that, any other questions about the Express workflow and how it works? Okay. Well, thank you for taking the time out today, and we wanted to share that with your entire platform. Again, I'm happy to walk you through one-on-one. If you like to email mark@facepay.io or existing customers, you all know Matthew because he sets you up and he works with your workflow, right? And we'd be super happy to share that with you and get you turned on for you. So everybody, thank you for your time, and I'm happy to cover all parts of that. Subscription, the consumer financing detail, right? It's a way to increase your ARL, right? But your customers can get set up for that. And know that it's only a portion of your customer base, and that for the majority of pay credit cards, they're already like you. They're using one of these other end, PayPal, Venmo, in their personal life. And what we do is pull it into your shops, but we save you all those expenses. So $199 a month, including Amazon. So please take advantage of that and before the end of the month. So thank you for taking the time to learn about it. I have a question. You just came in contract. What we are is we're a monthly subscription like Netflix. So it's $199 a month, no additional fees. Matthew does our billing. He's a finance major, right? And we bill on the first, just like Netflix, $199 a month. Cancel anytime, right? So we really want to see the product work for you. That's we're in business. And our key, just share on a demo, right? Individually, is it all starts at check-in and workflow. And I'm going to keep emphasizing that. It's a way of you communicating that your shop is modern and you have these options, right? So $199 a month subscription, just like Netflix, cancel anytime, right? So you're not locked into some long-term or more expensive, right? There's no additional fees beyond that. Great questions today, right? About consumer financing, right? Well, if you have any issue QR code, we can do it, right? And then we walked through a demo, and this last question, we're happy to include it all part of you in a monthly subscription. So someone asked about, is there a credit card processing? This is something interesting I'd love to talk with you on a demo, right? Is keep your existing processor, right? Some of the problems are as cheap as or inexpensive they can get, right? What we're trying to do is bring a payment alternative in that, as you can see on your online retail sites, is everywhere. It's easier into your shop to save you those fees, right? So alternative option presented before that. And that's what we do, right? And I'd be happy to share with you in a demo. Great question, Lisa. Thank you. Awesome. Any other questions? We're looking at Q&A. And then if you want to set up a demo, you can just little email me, mark@facepay.io, and we'll go ahead and do that for you and get it set up. So happy to walk through. It's less than 30 minutes. And we'll show you again the same flow that you saw today, but we'll make it in the context of your shop. If you have auto flow with tech metrics, right? We'll work in it. If you have bolt on with Mitchell, we'll work in it. If you have auto flow, awesome. We can do it. right? We have the question, the Amazon incentives only $3.99 a month. No, right? We're bundling it in a grow plan, right? For this month, the way our billing works is you lock in your pricing and you're not billed until you get started and up and running. So I encourage you to lock in Amazon and the $199 pricing. For ATI, I apologize on the slide. Our scale plan is $299 a month, right? Which includes subscription referrals and Amazon at that time. But right now you get it included in the bundle. So we're already seeing results and grow, and we're happy to give you Amazon as part of it. So go ahead and contact me and we'll get you a demo set up. So thank you. And with that, I don't see any more Q&A. We've answered it. I'm always cognizant of owner time, right? Everything I want to keep simple and you walk away understanding it's workflow, driving results. Amazon's directly into it, and we're bundling it with our preferred ATI Grow pricing, right? $199 a month, no additional fees, and it's a subscription, cancel anytime. Matthew, anything you can think of to add on top of that? Otherwise, I'd love to thank them for their time. So
Yeah, we're just really excited to get this going. This is really the next big step in modernizing your shop and offering your customer exactly what they want to give them that exceptional service that delights them and gets them back into the shop.
That's awesome, right? And separates you from the other is just more modern. And the closing thought, and thank everybody for your time, is what separates your shop from the one up the street? You're the one customers want to go to. We know you're trying to hire new employees. Employees want to go to the shops are modern, right? You have the better tech on the back end, but your shop, they're proud to tell their friends and your customers, right? Come here, make it super easy to do business with. We're happy to offer that to ATI members. So thank you for everyone's time today. Super excited. It's a game changer, just as much as reviews as run the full gamut. Now we need to take it to the next level and separate your shop. So thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. And I appreciate you spending the time with us today. So thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.